Hi, Chris here. Hope you're all well. Welcome back to, yes, another video on TWS earbuds. So today's video, I'm checking out the one more dual driver ANC Pro. So yes, ANC, active noise cancellation with these in-ear ones. So this particular model here does have an IPX5 rating. It has a battery runtime of 15 hours on ANC. That is up to 15 hours, of course. That's at 50% volume, and 20 hours if you don't need that active noise cancellation. So in this review, I'll go over the build, the design of these, the controls, microphone sample as well, then my opinion on just how these sound, comfort as well, and anything else I can think of. So small disclaimer that yes, these were sent out to me from One More in exchange for this review you're watching, but they do not have to approve this video first, and this isn't a paid video or anything like that.
So they come in this very nice box here, nicely presented. I do like the way they have the headphones in there packaged. And then they've got this right here, just a little bit on the design of them, on information, which is rather nice to see. Part of their design process maybe, or just the build of them. And of course under here is where we're going to find all of the included bits and pieces we get. So we get some small ear tips, which are 11 millimeters. We get the medium ones, which are 13, and then a set of large, which are 15.5 millimeters. In the bottom compartment, you'll find a Type-C to USB cable. So of course, you just use your mobile phone charger that you have, or a USB charger, so 5 volts, 1 amp, or 2 amps. They include a 3.5 millimeter to Type-C cable here. It's a nice long cable. It's got fabric on the outside of it, high quality. So yes, you can use these as wired ANC earbuds. And in the top compartment, you will find some paperwork here. So we have a guide that is in various different European languages, and a pouch to carry the ANC earbuds in. So they weigh in at 45 grams, and that's just because of the neck strap here, but you're not actually going to feel that 45 grams. Because the metal earphones, they're only 6 grams each, which is about the weight of most TWS earbuds. So the build of these earbuds is very good. They are made out of metal, and the silicone tips as well. They have a harder inner to them and softer outer, and they don't cause me any pain whatsoever. And you can bring them, both of the earbuds, the earphones here, together with the magnet, and that just aids in storing them without getting the cables tangled inside the case, for example. The neck strap, well, this is made out of a soft rubber-like material. It's similar to, say, a TPU. It's very flexible and has a nice smooth finish to it, soft finish, and it's very easy to get around your neck, being so flexible. And hidden away under this little flap on the left side is where you'll find the Type-C port. So the charging time is just over 1 hour. And if you charge it for 10 minutes, that will give you about 3 hours of playback time. Now the connection is very quick, just like all the Bluetooth 5 tech I'm reviewing. And you can see right here, I've got just 10% battery remaining. That is because I've been doing my battery life test. So I managed to get around 13, just over 13 hours out of these. Their claim with ANC on is 15, but I did use a louder volume. So that is why I got not the claimed result there, which they tested with 50% volume, so a little bit less than what I was running on my particular unit here. So it is using the LDA codec, and it also supports the AAC codec. No aptX support with this one. On the left side is where you will find our controls. So power on, it pairs up very quickly if you've already paired it before, of course. We've got the win mode there, so when ANC is on, there's also 2 different ANC modes. So level 1, they claim, is more for commuting, like train stations and things like that. And then the second ANC setting is for noisier kind of places, like a busy cafe with lots of noise going on, people talking. And then the wind mode, of course, when it's a little bit windy, it should help cut down on that wind noise. And I've noticed it does make a little bit of a difference here too. It does bring the noise down a few notches, which is good. So we've got then a just play and pause button. Now this is also used for the controls. So double tap to the next track, triple tap to go back to the previous. And if you tap and hold, that then activates Siri or your Google Assistant. Volume up and down, very easy to get to and control. And that is the left side. So the right side is where you just find, well, actually nothing. This, I believe, is where the 160 milliamp hour battery is housed. So as mentioned at the start, about 15 hours of ANC on and about 20 hours with it off. All right, so let's talk a little bit of just how these are tuned. Out of the box, I think these do sound fantastic. Very good. That is with the ANC off. Now, because we do have a 13.6 millimeter driver that's handling the lows, bass is very deep. It is powerful. It is loud. There is no distortion. And then they've got that balanced armature driver in there as well. Now, this one gives us the crisp highs and quite a bit of detail. Now, the soundstage, good. There is some separation you hear with the stereo as well. But when you enable ANC, it does change really the dynamics of the output of it. You do notice that suddenly the mids are dulled down just a little bit. Nothing you can't fix without a tweak to the equalizer. The lows actually become a little bit stronger too, I noticed. The highs remain, and you do hear a little bit of a whooshing kind of noise and a tiny bit of hiss. That's just the ANC working, and that's normal. Now, the audio and video delay that we typically see with Bluetooth tech that puts off a lot of people using the LDAC codec, I'm not seeing it. The lag, there is none. It is perfectly synced, people's mouths with the audio watching Amazon Prime Video. YouTube, I can see a tiny fraction of a second, and that's it. It's not actually bothersome at all. So this is one area that is normally bad that I'm happily reporting is actually very, very good here.
What you're listening to right now is a sample from the microphone. So there are two in each ear, one that faces forward, one that faces back. We do have ambient noise cancellation that does work well. However, I'm not fond of this quality. I don't think the microphone quality is very good. There's a little bit of distortion that comes in and out. There is sometimes a feedback, like a high-pitched noise that also comes and goes. So I do hope in later versions they improve the microphone quality.
All right, so let's talk about the comfort of having these in. That I've been running around and testing these. They're not going to come out of your ears, I feel, if you've got the right caps, of course, tips. Put the correct tips on, get a very good seal, no problems there. But you will notice that when you're running around, you sometimes get the occasional this, okay? It will move a little bit. It's going to bang up and down. And does that noise transmit to the earbuds themselves? Occasionally. Will it actually have the cables pulling and yanking on your ears? I haven't noticed that. They give us enough length here for that to not be a problem at all, for me at least. And I've also noticed that the controls are very easy to get to and press, and you get really used to the double tap for the next track, 3 for previous, and press and hold for voice assistant. And I like the way that they have the cover there for the Type-C port. That is quite good. So the build quality is excellent. The sound quality I think is very, very good. As mentioned that with the ANC that you do get a bit of that whooshing, hissing kind of noise coming through to combat the ambient noise. But I do have a minor complaint, just to say that it's not really a complaint, but you will notice that if you've used ANC, the over-ear ones, they give us more of a shielding, you could say, from the outside noise, that give us maybe even a bit more of a seal covering our ears completely there, that the ANC will not be as good, I believe, as the over-ear ones, with the in-ear ones, at least in my experience with these. Not to say that it is bad, it blocks out a lot of, especially the low frequency, so humming away of the AC compressor with the air conditioning in the background, I can't hear them when I put it on, even the first setting or the second setting, that is not obvious to me. Now the wind noise, I've had a bit of wind noise and things, and I can see a bit of a difference there using the wind noise setting, so that is good. And overall, I think for the price of these, the $150 that they sound excellent, and you just need to tweak it a little bit with the equalizer when you turn on the ANC. The tune with ANC off, I do like. I think it's quite well balanced. They give us nice, powerful, punchy bass thanks to the larger driver, to the, of course, the balanced armature that's in there as well, adding to those highs and those mids. It does sound excellent, but it's just when it's on ANC mode, I've noticed the mids get crushed a little bit. They are not exactly crushed, but they come a little bit more flat. The soundstage then brings us quite a bit closer. Stereo separation doesn't seem to be quite as good either. That's just the trade-off with that active noise cancellation tech there. So I think overall, you can't really go wrong with this compared to, as mentioned, the price, the competition. So do check my channel for more TWS earbud reviews. There will be some more up and coming in the channel. I do plan to review a lot more. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you back in the channel in the next one.